I'm Shannon Lanier here with a man who needs no introduction. Tyson, thank you for stopping by.
How you doing? You all right?
Good.
Good.
So I know you're busy doing a lot of things, and you're also making that transition into acting. Tell me a little bit more about that.
Well, basically, I'm just trying to follow in the footsteps of guys like Denzel, and Will Smith, and just try to, own it when you get in it. As far as not just being the actor, also being the co-producer, producer, executive producer, whichever way I can get in, and also I'm writing as well. So
You're doing a little bit of everything.
Yeah, I mean, once you start to get in there, you start to create storylines yourself, and you have real life situations that you can put on paper and make them into films. And I think that's where the creative process comes in, and you just really want to push that,
Now,
and you want to embrace it.
I know a lot of people try to keep you in boxes or keep people in boxes in general.
Yeah.
How were you able, and how difficult was that transition to grow from being a model to something more?
Well, basically when you come from being a model and go into the acting, they want to give you that pretty boy lover role, and I always try to stay away from that. I always try to do the bad guy, the opposite of what you might expect me to do, because it's easy for you to open a magazine and see me doing, some beauty ads or just rocking a suit or something. But I always want to give people the edgy side of me that they don't normally get to see, and whenever I get a role, I try to study that character and try to make him a badass, Yeah.
So is there any advice you can give to others who maybe want to get into modeling or acting? Anyone out there
Oh
following
man,
your footsteps?
the best advice I always tell people is find a manager or an agency that believes in you, because they're the ones who have to go fight for you on the phone, get you into those castings to really let those casting directors see who you really are. And once you've found that perfect manager, hang out with them, go to dinner, have drinks, get to know each other, let them get to know who you really are. And don't put up a front, don't fake it, just let them see who the real person is that you are. Because I always tell people, you're one step away from that big, that big shot. So it's all on you by picking the right people to represent you.
What advice do you have for people that are trying to brand themselves, whether it's in their side hustle, their main job, anything?
Basically, always maintain a good image. You know what I mean? You could go back in the archives and look around, and you never hear anything bad about me. Knock on wood.
Right.
It's always keeping a good, clean image. So I think I've been doing a pretty good job. I've set a good example for a lot of these young African American models coming up, and even the white models have said the same thing. That I've done for them. But single-handedly, just changing the whole industry has always been something that I've been proud of doing.
Okay.
So constantly keeping it positive, keeping it moving.
Well, we hope to see lots more of you out there in that
definitely.
clean image out
Yeah,
there.
man, for sure.
All right,
Definitely.
thanks for stopping
Appreciate
by.
it.
And make sure you stay logged on to blackenterprise.com.